Hi friends, today I'm gonna tell you the review of my favorite book, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The author of the book is Jeff Kinney and the main character is Greg Heffley. He has an elder brother and a younger brother. The elder brother's name is Roderick Heffley and the younger brother's name is Manny Heffley. And his dad's name is Frank Heffley and his mom's name is Susan Heffley. And you may wonder who is his best friend. So that is Rowley Jeffson. Rowley Jeffson is Greg Heffley's best friend. And now, what are we waiting for? Let's see the reviews of my favorite books. And my favorite character is obviously Greg Heffley. He is anyway, the book is already about him. So in this book, it's telling about his experiences, like his happy feelings, his sad feelings. So we have both sides, happy and sad. But for example, if we take his brother, Roderick Heffley, in this, it doesn't say how was his life. It doesn't say anything like that. It mainly includes Greg Heffley's life. Let's start with the book is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, first series. I will be telling you about some parts which Greg wanted. So, by the way, he loved journals and not that much to diaries. But his mom brought a diary, so he just erased the word diary and thought it was a journal, and he wrote all his incidents. And that's the main part, or the funniest part in this. See, it's written Diary of a Wimpy Kid, not Journal of a Wimpy Kid. And he wanted a journal. So let's move upward again. The next book is Double Down. So the funniest part in this book was when Greg Heffley and his best friend Rowley Jeffson tried to make a movie called The Night Crawlers. So the funny part was Greg found the place where his mom hid the jelly worms and took that as the night crawlers. So he made up a small PPT kind of thing, and in that it was clearly showing the funny things. First, Rowley would be the wife and Greg would be the husband. So when he gets in the home and when he tries to take a bath, then worms pop out from the shower and eat him. So then he got some minor injuries, and then he heard a scream from his wife. So he ran into the kitchen and just found a skull. So then Rowley Jeffson was surprised, like, how on earth do we make a skull and keep it? And why do we need to suicide? So then Greg said, calm down, calm down. Afterwards, when the movie started, he kept a dummy skull for the real skull and poured some ketchup for the blood. And then the scene was he returns to the shower and showers. So then he gets eaten up and the wiggly worms go out. So he sprinkled the worms all around his backyard, and when that happened, birds started picking them up, gobbling away. So at last the packet was done and they quickly finished everything. So then, after his parents returned from shopping, Greg showed them the movie and they were really surprised. They didn't understand why was Greg doing such a catastrophe, and even though the movie was too funny. So, done with double down and go double up. The next book is Roderick Rules. Roderick Rules, it already says clearly Roderick Heffley, his brother, and he rules. So, in this, whenever Roderick has a party with his friends, he just opens the door, pushes Greg out, closes the door, and after his party is over, everything would be a total chaos and he makes Greg do everything. So, Greg got bored and then he said he can't. So then both of them cleaned it up before their mom and dad came. So, again up. Old school. The fun part in this book is when Greg Heffley meets his dad, Frank Heffley, in a small hut in the farm Harbles. So there he meets his dad and his dad found out a small hut. So his dad made up the story of Sala Scratch, who scratches and kills everybody. And that's when Greg understood everything was just a big story created by his dad so that nobody has the bravery to enter the hut which his dad found. So when Greg found that, and when him and his school were leaving Harble's farm, he quickly scribbled up a note which was "Beware of Sala Scratch" and showed it behind the car so that the new kids would be beware of him and never ever go out. So that's the funny part about this. Now, old school is done and let's go ahead. So the next book is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Getaway. So in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Getaway, the funniest part is when they got to the island Isla de Corrals, and when his small brother Manny told you he was too naughty, he just caught up a box jellyfish in a small box and dumped it in the pool. Imagine that. The world's most venomous fish, box jellyfish on the pool. who would jump in the pool? So then they went on on a banana boat, and there was one more funny part. In this, at last they went for a turtle hatching show. So there, Manny Heffley took a baby turtle and kept it in the pocket. So when they went home, he took Rodrigue's brush cap and jammed the sink. So he filled the sink up with water and played with the turtle baby. His dad was just about to go chaos, but because it was Manny and Manny is just too young, he doesn't know anything. So his dad forgave it. And those were the funniest part of this book. So let's move forward. It is Dog Days. So, as you know, Dog Days means summer days, and that's what happens. He had a horrible summer. In Greg's summer, he was watching television or video games when he switches off all the lights. He makes the room as dark as night, and then he starts playing video games. So his mother was too concerned on his health, and whenever Greg does that, she opens the curtain and let light come in. So then Greg just takes the blanket, covers his whole head. He just loves playing in the dark. And he anyway is a really big fan of Twisted Wizard, a game in the book. So, leaving the Dog Days, running up. Next, we have Ugly Truth. So, in Ugly Truth, in Easter, he and his whole family had treasure hunts. Like most of we commonly have in Easter, treasure hunt is already a common game. So, in this, there was a diamond ring which was hidden in one of the Easter eggs, and nobody could find it. So at last, one day when Greg sat on a bunch of wood planks, he felt something was stuck underneath. So he scrambled out all the wood planks, and then he found his magical ball. So after that, after he dug a bit more, he found the lost Easter egg. As I told you before, when his family had the Easter egg was missing with the diamond ring. So Greg found it. That means a happy ending. Next step, Last Straw. This is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Last Straw. In this book, it's mainly talking about a small, teeny-miny fight with him and his dad, Frank Heffley. So, Greg Heffley, or the main character, Greg, he wants to be the old person he is. But his dad doesn't like that attitude. He wants Greg to be something better. But Greg never bothers. So, jumping up, Wrecking Ball. So, in Diary of a Wimpy Kid Wrecking Ball, it's mainly talking about his house shift, and many people commented that his mom had a great taste of furniture. But a horrible disaster happened. At the end of the transportation, a crane mistakenly cracked all the furniture and launched the hot tub into the ground floor, breaking all the tiles, everything, and at last stopping at the ground floor. And for some good luck, it hasn't damaged his dad's big art. So, jumping up, the meltdown. So, in the book The Meltdown, it was mainly talking about his winter vacation. And there's a funny part. The upper street, which is above the slope, always loves winter. They make snowball fights, but the lower street loves summer. They always play outdoor games and stuff like that. They hate winter. But the upper street loves winter, and they can make snowball fights, sled down the slope, and many more things. So this is talking about Greg's winter vacation. Jumping up, hard luck. So, in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid Hard Luck, this book it's telling about a mysterious 8-ball. So, in the mysterious 8-ball, it has a special feature. If we ask any question and shake it, it tells the answer. So, he used that in one of his exams and fired. So, when his teacher found out that he always uses the ball, she took it to the principal, and the principal took out all the mechanical stuff and just threw the old rusty ball into the waste bin. So, he found the 8-ball under Roderick's bed, and at last the damaged 8-ball under a pile of woods.